Good morning, chat. My name is Penbu, in the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making vtuber on Linux, and today we are making music. Yesterday we were doing some music adjacent things, and today we're going to do actual music things. It's time for yet another arrangement. For those of you who have been here for a while, you know that we've been going through an arrangement of Mountain for concert band, and that is more or less done. I just need to add a little bit of polish. And so it's time to start a new one. We're going to start Luminary by Jelly Hoshiumi from Face Connect. Glenn, welcome in. Doing a puzzle hunt. We'll have fun. Get those puzzles. One of these days I'll probably have to do one of those. Or something like it. So today, I have an arrangement. I have a piano arrangement by, they go by name. A bit of an unspecific name, but that's what their YouTube channel is called. I asked if I could use their arrangement, and they said yes, and they gave me the musescore file for it. So here we go. Saves me the work of having to transcribe everything, which is nice. Let me go send. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you have a listen to the original song first, and then we'll go ahead and listen to the arrangement, and then figure out where to go from there. That's the wrong one. Come on. Oh, I was having trouble with this earlier. All right, and that was Luminary by Jelly Hoshiumi. That would be this one. Hope I copied the right one. Glenn, this is a nice song. Yes, it is. It is originally in English. This was Jelly's debut song. It's the one that's the one that she opened with. And yes, Jelly is a programmer. That's the Hello World reference there, I believe, is intentional. 529, welcome in. But yeah, we've done at least a couple of for those of you who've been around the channel for a while, you know we've been doing a series on a an esoteric programming language called Owl Fudge, inspired by Jelly Hoshiumi. So we're certainly not a stranger to her character here. Okay, and this is the piano arrangement by name. So we'll have a listen to this, and you'll notice that. Actually, I'll let you listen to it first, and then we'll go ahead and take it apart afterwards. Is she the source of the owl meme? Yes, yes, she is. And that was Name's piano arrangement of Luminary. That would be this one. Some of you might recognize the one at the end, the part at the end. I had done an improv previously called Calling Alice on that. I'm not going to play that for you, but if you want to listen to that on your own time, there it is. This uses the Golden Road progression. I think that's what it's called anyway, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, this is an E major. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Anyway, as I was saying, this is an E major, and E major is not great for concert band. So we're actually going to move this up by a semitone, put it to F major. I think F is probably going to sound better. So you can either move it up to F major or move it down to E flat major. But uh, I think it sounds better in F. Of course, it depends on the instruments. So let's say we put it down to E flat major, and let's listen to that. I don't know. Something about the mood doesn't strike quite right if it's in E flat in my opinion. I'm gonna move it up to F and hope the instruments can handle that better than E flats, or at least well enough. Oh, I'm at F. F major. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and save this somewhere else. Oh, where did I put this? I think I put that over here. No, great. Musescore, draft, scores, drafts. Uh, what is this? 2025. I think I'm stuck again with the issue of my um. Oh, and now this is. Come on. Does this hang? You might have. Come on. It's wedged. Okay. Luminary piano.msc set. Make it an F major. Okay. So this is what working with, and we're going to start a new one. This is going to be in small concert band is what we've generally been doing. So piccolo and C, flute, oboe. No, hold on. Okay, we're gonna start, I guess. We're gonna start with this, and then we're going to add. I forgot. I'm supposed to press next, not done. Oh well. I'm gonna add more instruments here. So usually add a piccolo, and then percussion 1, percussion 2. So this is supposed to be. I think they might have changed things a little bit. What's in here? I don't hear anything. Supposed to hear stuff, right? I might go back to set up drum staves, because is this actually an issue with me, or is that no? It can't be me. Give me a snare. Okay, now I do hear a little bit something. I think if you turn this up, yeah. So there is something. It's just very quiet. Which means if we turn this into forte, oh, I might actually be okay with merging these two. Yeah, I should be okay with merging those. And then I might be able to, I don't know, merge something else too. Splash ride. Can I? Hmm. Does this work? I've been wanting to combine. I've been wanting to combine the hand symbols and the suspended symbols into one staff because usually they are on one staff, and if they're on separate staves, it's a little bit takes up too much space. Um, Tremolo. So if this works, I would rather use this. Oh, oh, it might actually work. Hold up. Oh, compared to compared to this, why did I put it all the way up there? Move this down. I'm surprised with how much with how much Tactical has been talking about UI UX. You can't drag these. Should be able to drag those. I'd say. Hold on. We're gonna do a test here. We're gonna have this. And we're gonna have that. And I will have to change up the drum set here so that it looks different. Versus, we do the same here. This one sounds slightly better. I'm gonna give it a bit of space here. Yeah, this one sounds a little bit more full. I mean, this one doesn't sound bad. But this one does sound a little bit more full. Let's see how the hand symbol sound. Versus... Versus the same thing here. Over there. I'm gonna move this over here. So we have a bit of space there. Okay. I need these to be at the same dynamic. So make this both forte. Yeah, again, this sounds more full. But I don't know if the difference is going to be significant enough that I'm going to care. What if I do this? Because this is the important part, right? As long as I can do this and it sounds okay, then it should be fine. One of the problems I have with this one, I think, is that it starts a little bit later. Not that this doesn't. Yeah, this definitely sounds smoother. We're gonna go with this one for now, because I can always go back and change it up to the combined stage later. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do that triangle because I have to. So for her birthday, one time I think it was her last one, um, maybe the one before it. I had participated uh in a fan video where we sang her happy birthday, and I played the triangle, and I was holding it in a way that um allowed me to mute the triangle when I needed to, right? Because that's the more advanced way of holding a triangle. So let me pull it out right now. I can normally turn off the noise suppression here. You can actually hear this properly. Normally, you're supposed to let the triangle ring like this. And you're supposed to hold it so that your fingers don't really touch the triangle. But the more intermediate technique, when you're past the thing that people tell you to do, right, is it is actually valid to mute the triangle and hold the triangle in a way that doesn't let it ring. So you can do things like things like that. More complex rhythms. And then she got a very very big kick out of that because I don't know, evidently she doesn't play the triangle, and went on about how I'm not supposed to be holding it like that and all that. It was very funny. Reminds me of a track from VVV whose name I forget. I don't think I've heard any music from that game actually. I have the game because it came in a bundle. I've never played it. So yeah, we're gonna have a triangle here because it would be funny to add one. And then I want a glockenspiel. It just feels right to have one. I think we're gonna use the glockenspiel for the beginning. Oh no, we already have one. Never mind. We can get rid of that one because we already have one. Yeah, pressure cooker. I'll have to listen to that later on. If you send that over in the Penbu live channel, I'll have a listen afterwards. Do I want a vibraphone? Vibraphone might be fun. Did it add it? I don't know why it adds it up there. Symphony, which we already have. Never mind. Do I want chimes? Do I want the tubular bells? I feel like I almost feel like this is going to be a little bit more percussion or mallet heavy rather than winds. We're gonna have all the metallophones. Do I really want a marimba in here? I can have a marimba, and then we may as well have a xylophone too. In that case, I don't know. It might be too much. What else do we want to add here? So we have the two drums, bass and snare. Actually, maybe we'll take some time to customize um the two percussion parts here. So that we have one for cymbals, one for the drums. I think that's probably all that we're gonna need for that one. And then we have the mallet percussion and then the triangle on its own thing. A tambourine? Do I want a tambourine? Somebody mentioned cowbell, actually. Maybe we'll put in a cowbell. I don't I don't feel the need for a cowbell though. No, we'll add another percussion, another mixed percussion. I think that'll take care of the stuff here. So I think this one will maybe have the triangle and something. We'll figure out what it is. So we'll take off the triangle here, take off symbols here, suspended symbol here, percussion. So this one will be auxiliary, this will be cymbals, and this will be drums. And then we'll have the metallophone and the mallet metallophones here. I'm gonna get rid of the one second trombone because I don't usually make one. We're gonna add another flute. Usually have two of those. Bass clarinet, sure, alto, tenor, baritone, horn, and F. Two trumpets, one trombone, one euphonium, one tuba. They still haven't. I mean, okay, they actually do have a euphonium sound now, but you have to pay for it. Um, so euphonium, tuba, bassoon. I have one. Bassoon should really be, I think, in a more intermediate setting. The bassoon is really more optional because bassoons are kind of rare. Okay, I think that'll do. I also learned that apparently timpani does not get bracketed as part of the percussion section, but I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that. I don't know why that's the case, but apparently timpani is just its own thing. So we're gonna have to bracket this, and then these should all have the bar line, span to next staff, and set a staff default. So everything that you have that is bracketed should have the staff or the bar line extend until the next staff. So where it breaks is where the break starts, which means these ones should also span down to the next one. And so should this one. So should this one. I actually don't know what the order of this should be. Feels like chimes should be up here for some reason. But okay, so then we're gonna go configure these percussion staves. Not that. So this is going to be the auxiliary percussion. Auxiliary percussion. Aux perc. Is that how you spell that? I think that's how you spell that. Yes, okay. And then this is going to be drums. And then, actually, no, the bottom is going to be drums. This is cymbals. And it's just going to be easier to reorder those instead. You just shift them like that. Maybe it's not easier to reorder them. And then this is going to be symbols. It's going to be one line, and then this is also going to be one line. We're going to change up the drum set so that we have... Yeah, okay. Actually, we can make this one line too. Because if it's only going to be the two drums, we can have one we can have one below and we'll have one on top. And we can customize the kit here. So this is going to be, we don't need this. Clear that. Clear this. Clear that. I'm looking for the bass drum that's going to be on line 1, and then the snare is going to be on line that. Okay, whatever that is. It's going to be, I'm going to call this F. Yes, reassign. Clear that. There's got to be an easier way to clear these. Can I just clear all of them? Yes, okay. You know, I actually don't care because I just need to get the shortcuts for at one tab. Interesting. I just need to get the shortcuts and then we're good. I thought I cleared this. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. That's fine. Okay, whatever. So now I should be able to... Okay. I am good with that. And then for the symbols, I'm going to do something similar. Suspended symbol will be... I guess we can make it... E is fine. The crash symbol can be F. So that's fine. So the suspended symbol we'll have on top. And then the crash symbol, and then that's going to take a normal note heads, and the crash symbol, the hand symbol, we're going to have that stem direction down, and that's going to go on this one. And that's also going to take a normal note heads. I thought I said down. Voice 2. Voice 2. Stem direction down. Okay. I think it's just because it was already there. Then auxiliary percussion, we're going to set up the triangle. It's going to be on top. And then whatever else is... So we need both the triangle and the mute triangle. Regular triangle is going to have a normal crosshead because it doesn't need to be anything fancy. And that is going to be not on there. It's going to need to be up there. That is also going to need to be up there. And then we'll have I don't know. Depends on what else we're gonna have. I'll think about it, but at least a triangle. So we'll get started with that one. We have our instruments, more or less. We can always change it afterwards. Scores, drafts, Luminary. Luminary. This is. I'll fill that in later. So I think we're gonna start here. I'm gonna put this definitely on the Glockenspiel. This is 4/4. Okay. I think I'm running into the case where I can't copy and paste anymore. Okay, we're gonna kill musescore, and we're gonna do that again. I think I need to restart my system or something. Update for muse sounds is available. Don't worry about it. Because I pressed that earlier, and it didn't do anything. Right, and I need key signature. Give me an F major. And put this in concert pitch because I don't want to read the transposed versions for anything. Forte. Okay, that's probably fine. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I like this arrangement because it splits out the different parts into 4 voices, which is going to be very easy to distribute among the various instruments. Regroup the rhythms. So we have here a B flat, a C, a D, and then another D. Are you sure? I wonder about this. 'Cause I thought this was supposed to be Golden Road. I mean, maybe the rest of it is Golden Road. Yeah, marimba. Whether we end up using this, I don't know. But at least we have it. All right. I think my clipboard is broken, so we're just gonna have to do this by hand. No, this would be flat. Maybe we don't have chimes. Maybe we don't have chimes. This is D. I'll bring that down an octave actually. So the trick with the marimba is that you have a player with 4 mallets, and it spans pretty much the entire grand staff. Two notes per hand. I'm gonna move this up 1. I'll remove this up 2. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. It might be too early to do this, actually. I don't know. But it's worth experimenting. I have a feeling, or there is a small chance that this ends up being a mallet arrangement rather than a concert band arrangement. Because coming into this, I actually don't know what instruments to use other than the mallets. I don't. Starting to wonder if this is correct. Okay, we can pull out the original song here. Okay, no, it does stay on that chord. So this is correct. And then repeats. That might not be correct actually, because we have 1, 2, and then we have this thing here. Which is an F sus4. Looks about right. We want S sus4 on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The second one on the third one. This one. We actually want the instead of an A, we want a B. So move that up a little bit. Well, this doesn't seem right. This is a C. Move this down. Okay, I think the voicing is a little bit wrong here. I'm not sure if this still stays as a sus4 chord, but at least the notes are right. But this is fine, I think, because it does, like, that's a step. That's a single step. This stays the same. This does a single step, and that's a single step too. It's probably fine. And then we have an A here. ACE. I think this should be playable. Yeah, that's not too awkward. That's only, you can't have the no. So if you're playing with two mallets in one hand, you have to think about where the mallets are going to be placed, and make sure that they actually are playable. But I think they should be playable. But I don't know if we should open with this rhythm, because the original, I think. Actually, this is fine. If we really wanted to, we can open with this with a symbol. I don't know if I can tell musescore to choke it though. Can I? I don't think you can. Musescore for choke symbol. Would be nice if you could, but I don't think you can. Oh, this is 2016. That's too old. And this is an open issue, which means it's not implemented yet. Notation choke symbol does not use breath mark as special symbol. Choke symbol. Yeah, a staccato. The suspended symbol sounds much shorter. This is 2023. You know what? Let's try this out and see if I'm gonna insert a bar here. I think this is gonna be a pickup. 1. So we can have the suspended symbol. Tremolo. Or we don't choke, and that's fine too. Hold on, what's the tempo here? We might go a little bit slower. All right, I know you can't hear the metronome, but that's pretty close to 120. So I'm just gonna make it 120. That's fine. It is by default. Uh, Measure properties. Maybe we will make this into a whole node, so we have some more time to expand. Hello? What does it actually need? Okay, if that's going to be how that's going to be how that's going to go, then I don't think we can use this. Okay, I think we might actually have to use the real things. Kind of sucks. Didn't we test this earlier? Okay. All right. Sucks, but if that's the way it's going to go, then we're just going to have to not do that. And we're going to get rid of the... What is this? The mixed percussion? This is auxiliary percussion. This is chimes, suspended cymbals, mixed percussion, but there are two of them. You're not even showing me all of them. Cymbals. This one. We're going to delete. I think. Yes. Okay. So, unfortunate, but playback is a little bit more important here. Because the likelihood of somebody actually playing this is pretty low. Can I? Hi, please. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. I'll have to remember that. Apparently Shift T will tie, or will do an LB tie. Why will you not let me tie this? They're the same notes. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's playback for choking. But I do want this only to be a half note. So we're going to cut this in two and exclude from measure count. Really, actually, I only want this to be a quarter note. Which I might be able to do now that it's not. Do you mind? Why am I fighting musescore here? I didn't used to be this finicky. Apparently, it doesn't like this either. Sorry, we've it's been an hour and we've barely done anything. uh That's the way it goes sometimes, I suppose. You just die? Do I actually have to? Alright, fine. Fine, if you're gonna be like this. Whatever. Whatever. I guess we can. No, we can leave it at that. And then we're gonna assume the vibraphone user probably has 4 mallets as well. Or no, we can it's either 2 or 4, and we're gonna have to decide on how complex I want this to be. This is F, or this is B flat and F. It's gonna be the same here. And then it's gonna be C and F. And then A and E. I don't know what to do with the other instruments. We're not a xylophone because xylomarimba, is that a thing? I assume it's some sort of cross between a xylophone and marimba, but similar to an extended range xylophone with identical range to some 5-octave celestas or 5-octave marimbas. Like the xylophone and marimba, xylophone consists of a series of wooden bars laid on a piano keyboard. Lower notes of the xylophone marimba are described as sounding closer to xylophone than a marimba. Okay. Interesting. We're not going to have one of those. So we got the full mallet percussion suite here. I don't know if we're going to... I don't know if we're going to end up using the chimes, though. We might get rid of that one. I'll put this on the xylophone. Forgot my... why does it do this to me? I'm gonna need to, reboot or something later. Because it would be nice to be able to copy and paste that. But I can't. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Thankfully I can read. Let's start. I need to use the woodwind somewhere. Okay, so as for chords, we have the B flat. There's a B flat there. We can probably just copy this twice. And this is C. So this twice and the C twice, I think. Yeah. Let's fix the rhythms first before I add anything. Mallet percussions. Mallet percussion parts do like their rolls. I'm going to extend this by a little bit so that we can still get that. I don't know. Is this a concert band piece or is this a mallet percussion piece? I could just make this an entire percussion ensemble. So I do not have any ideas for the rest of the instruments. Okay, so that's almost the same. We can go ahead and copy this. And then copy this. Just change some of the notes. This goes up to the F. It's a D, so we can copy the D and twice. E flat. I just got to figure out which notes those are. It's gonna be this one. Okay, so we copy this. No, I think that's the same too. Get rid of that one. We can fill this in here. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. Probably make the rhythm a little bit more interesting later. Well, I have to be careful when I say that because that often leads to just leaving it as is. Then we get to the E flat. Go ahead and copy this, bring it up by that. Looks about right, I think. G flat. G flat. Doesn't seem right. So take this, right? E flat, B E flat, G, B flat. I shouldn't be getting this actually. No, so this one's correct. That's an E flat. Then I need a B flat. That's correct. G stays the same. And then this is a B flat. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna take maybe not this one. D, B flat, and F. We're gonna go with this one instead. Move this up by 1. Sure. So this is E flat with a, what's this, 5th? No, this doesn't make any sense. Oh no, it does make sense because the E flat is only for the 1 bar, and then it goes back down to the goes back to the B flat here. Then maybe we start pulling in the woodwinds or something. So we have, and I'm going to have to write this in manually because again actually I wonder if I remove that and then just reopen it. Is this gonna work? I hope so. I would prefer it would work. I'll have to write this out all myself. Let's pull this into the horn. All the way over here. Oh, it does work. All right, very good. Let's get rid of voice 2. Move this down a couple octaves. Maybe just 1 octave. This doesn't feel right. Mimi, welcome in. Hello, writers. My name is Penbu, the programming, puzzle gaming, and music making VTuber on Linux, and today we are creating a concert band arrangement of Luminary by Jelly Hoshiumi. I hope the setting went well. I tuned in for a little bit, and then I had to set up for stream. Shout outs. I'm gonna shout out here, Detective Figmore. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Mimi, she's Well, actually, you've been doing a lot of studying streams recently because of your exams, but she does play chill games usually, and good vibes. But yeah, I say concert band, but it's actually we've been doing a lot of mallets here, which isn't really concert band. But I'll let you have listen to what we have so far. I don't know. I'm probably gonna move this horn part up, and move it back down to the mallets. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe this is just gonna be a percussion arrangement rather than a concert band. Sounds so cool. Thank you. Did percussion for like 8 years. Well, yeah, that we have in common then, because I mean, I didn't do it for 8 years, but back in high school, I was a percussionist as well, doing mallet percussion. Main instrument was the bells, the glockenspiel. But I had to go around and do all the other percussion as well. And I have a bunch with me here today. I do have to make sure I put in the triangle, which I think yeah, I have it on the auxiliary percussion one. Um, I mentioned this earlier in stream, but for those of you who missed it, Jelly, we had done a birthday video for Jelly where the fans had sung and played instruments, and I played the triangle for one of them, as well as the automaton. But uh, Jelly presumably doesn't know or doesn't play the triangle because I was holding it in a way that lets me choke the triangle, which is a good technique for more intermediate play. So you can normally you'd want to use your triangle like this and let the sound ring. But it is entirely valid to have the triangle be choked like this. Um, and that allows you to make more complex rhythms like hold on. I messed up there. Yeah, something like that. Um, Vibraphone, #1 fan right here. Yeah, Vibraphones are great. Craziest part of doing percussion to me was learning that there's a right and wrong way to play stuff like the triangle and shakers and stuff. Yeah, the shakers, you think, you just shake it. But if you do it wrong, like if you do it this way, sorry, it, it, it delays the sound a little bit. So you have to hold it horizontally. So the sound is a little bit better. And then you have to learn how to do accents and stuff, and then you have more than one shaker. Yeah. So auxiliary percussion, as much as people think it's simple, there's actually a lot of technique that goes into it. Turn the noise suppression back on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume this is probably going to end up just being percussion, and not force the winds into this. If I come across something that would be nice for the winds, I think I'll put it in, but I'm not hearing it. So auxiliary percussion, I think I have I have the, okay, so that's what I have the triangle on. But yeah, Mimi, if you need to go rest, feel free to hop off. But otherwise, hope you and the Raiders enjoy the music. I got bed. Good luck. Sounds awesome. Yeah. Good night. Get some rest, and good luck on your exams. All right. think I think I want a rhythm like this, which is going to sound like this. Yeah. And then we're going to add that so we can actually hear it. We're gonna do. Do you mind? Okay. All right. Am I gonna have to put this on a separate staff? Can I just am I not gonna be able to combine anything? All right. All right, fine. I was hoping I can combine stuff, but apparently not. Which is fine because I didn't know what else to put on the auxiliary percussion anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. Maybe if we're gonna turn this into a percussion arrangement, then it could be we can maybe put in the tambourine or something. I don't understand. Okay, is my clipboard just broken? I think my clipboard's broken. Undo, undo, undo. And it killed my. All right, all right, whatever. I'm gonna restart musescore. You know what? Why don't we do this while we're at it? Because it says it's all up to date. It's fine. Well, anyway, for anyone new here, I do music composition and arranging with sheet music pretty regularly. Usually every once a week or every other week. Depends on what we're working on. Today we're starting a new one because the last one we had finished and it just needs polishing, and so now keep the content train going, and we start a new one. All right, let's load that in. You can go ahead and copy that, and very good. And then we can vary up the rhythm there afterwards. I'm wondering if we're even going to end up using any drums. Or the symbols for that matter. This is the original song. Okay, so in the background, we actually do have the ending theme here. We have this in the background. Which is that being captured here? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. I can hardly hear it, but it is there. Naturally, we would put that on the glockenspiel because it is pretty high. I think this requires a little bit more thought. Okay. Taking bets. How many times are we going to restart this and completely scrap what we have? Okay, hold on. I need save a copy. I need a scratch score so I can do stuff in it. Let's play around with stuff. So it's always handy to have a scratch score, so that you can mess around with things um, and not mess with your original. So this is basically your sandbox, your playground. So if I take this, and we can figure out where it sounds best, like the trumpet, right? Trumpet should sound good on the trumpet. No, not this one. I meant this one. And then get rid of all the tremolos here. Similar on the staff, remove that. Of course, it's too high. Extend that, extend this. Because I think I can maybe hear this in various instruments in isolation. It'll sound fine, but I don't know how to combine them. Jazz inspired. That could work. That could work. I do tend to overuse the flute a lot. I mean, the flute I figured would probably sound fine. Oboe also sounds fine. And I expect the clarinet to be okay too. Okay. I think I have to try doing this without the mallets. So I'm going to scrap this, except for the glockenspiel. This is probably good, and that's why I have it all saved in the scratch score, which we might come back to. But I can't. I need to hear something else. Actually, no, that's what we have the scratch score for. We can do stuff in the scratch score. Okay, so I'm going to copy and copy this. I'm going to insert a ton of measures. After selection, doesn't really matter. I don't know, 32, 64, 64 measures. Double bar line. By the way, if any of you have any questions for what it is that you're seeing on the screen, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to answer. Timpani, the Glockenspiel. Yes, okay. So I have this now, so I can do. I get rid of this. I get rid of this. Everything except the Glockenspiel here. Did I not? So if we start off with a more conventional start here, so we have the tuba. Give me this. but an octave lower. I'll just make these whole notes for now. And do the same thing on the euphonium. And on the trombone, well, there's nothing there anyway. So the trombone can take the top notes. Why is the trombone so quiet? Okay. Then we can have this on the alto. Alto sax. Maybe an octave lower. I'm actually pretty okay with that, I think. We have the C and do that twice. And then we drop this down to the tenor. Just to have a little bit more variety here. Or actually, we can give it to give it the oboe. Oboe sounds pretty similar. Forte though. Or I can give it to the trumpets. Hold on, I think I have to continue the chords, otherwise it's gonna sound not gonna sound good. Where are we? Right, to the E flat. Jolly, welcome in and watch the Mahjong set. Curious, how did you do it? Because usually when I do it, I take a bucket of soapy water, dump the towels in there, swish it around, and then take them all out, dry them off with a towel, leave them out to dry. Seems to be the most effective way for me, but curious how you did it. Okay, so then we take this. It's probably the right way. Rubbed every towel with soapy water. Ah, yeah, that does take a little bit longer, but it would work. I just realized I've been taking the top one. Eh, don't submerge if possible. I don't know about that. I think it depends on the tiles, because if you say, for example, if it's bamboo, sure, don't do that. But the plastic ones that are most common today, I think they're fine. And it's not like the paint is particularly delicate either. You really can just dump it and and do whatever. So we're gonna get the top note here. We're gonna get rid of the top note here as well, but up an octave. This goes down an octave. And then this one gets the bottom note, or gets a top note. Really? Doesn't seem right. Also, I shot this set for $9 with shipping, so I should have gone for it on eBay. That seems pretty cheap. Is that a Chinese set? I imagine Chinese sets are probably cheaper than Japanese sets. Actually, not I imagine. I know for a fact they're cheaper. It's a Chinese set, but it came with a bunch of Riichi sticks. Oh, interesting. Because I think Chinese Mahjong tends to use the chips, the circular chips for scoring. At least from what I've seen. Maybe they do have their own set of scoring sticks as well, but all the Chinese sets I've had come with the circular chips for scoring, and I don't know how to use those. Only bought it because it had sticks. Yeah, fair enough. And it's not like yeah, for Japanese mahjong, you can use Chinese tiles. You just won't get the red fives. But if you really wanted red fives, uh, people have painted over the reds or one of each five with red nail polish. So if that's something you're interested in, nail polish apparently works pretty well. In worst case, you can just put a red dot on 5-2. Yeah, some people just use stickers too. To varying degrees of success, but it is a thing that you can do. And some people go as far as drilling a small hole so that you can tell the red one apart without color. Small tells apart because it's older and has some wear. Ah, yes, fair enough. Yeah, it would not definitely not be tournament legal if you can tell them apart, but it would be fine for casual play as long as you don't play with people who try to take notice of that. Okay, there's definitely something wrong here. This is not right. You sure? How's the Arabic numeral series is perfect for teaching? EMA rules don't have red fives anyway. Oh yeah, the tournament rule sets don't tend to, yeah. Interestingly, they have a Chinese set that has the indicators or the indices. I know American sets tend to have those, but Chinese sets with numbers can't say they're particularly common. Okay, what's wrong here? Is this even the right chord? I copied this. Or at least I think I copied this. Yeah, no. It is this one, right? Yes, it's this one. I include the top note. I copy it to here. That would maybe explain why, because I'm off by one or something. Right, whatever. We keep the bottom note for this one. And we also keep the bottom note for this one. And then we keep the top note for this one. Move this down an octave. That makes a whole lot more sense. I don't know if the tenor is right. I like the idea that we're going here, that we're going with here, but I don't know if that's the right instrument to switch to. High clarinet? Yeah, I might be okay with that. I like the sax part. I want a little bit of overlap, but I don't want it to last for too long. Decrescendo to, I don't know, piano. Mezzo piano. Piano. I double this on the flute. I think this is too high. Yeah, that's a little bit too high. Maybe I should have made this E flat instead. Run into slightly fewer range issues. Okay, so problem. We have two completely valid and good arrangements, and I don't know how to and what to, I don't know what to do with them. They're both very good, but okay. I did say we're gonna make a concert band arrangement of this, so I think we have to keep the second one. Do something else with this with the first one. Azali, if you don't mind, I'm gonna share this on screen. So what do we have here? We have, interestingly enough, a Mahjong Solitaire booklet, which is kind of questionable. Um, so we have the seasons and flowers there. The seasons here, the flowers there. Actually, they're mixed here. Um, you have wind markers, interestingly, with east or like things written on them. I assume these are not on the actual token. And these do look like Ricci point sticks. So these ones are spares, and these ones I think are the ones that are the most interesting. Because these are not standard tiles, at least in the Chinese set. I don't know what this says. Is this? Hold on. There is a concept. No, mahjong. Shinopochi. So there's a thing called Shinopochi where it's a Japanese thing where it's basically it's almost like a red white dragon. It's like a kind of like a red 5 but a white dragon instead. Um in a sense. I don't think that's what that is though. I can't read this because I don't know what this character says. Yeah, that's interesting. What was Malaysian Mahjong? Malaysian Mahjong. I know uh some mahjong sets have animals and stuff. I don't think this is it. 152 tiles. No, this is definitely not it. I've seen these sets before. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these are. I can't. I don't know if I've ever seen these, and if I have, regardless, I don't know what they are. These function just fine as a Chinese set because they do have all the tiles that you need. And in uh, uh yeah, it also, because it functions as a Chinese set, it also functions as a Japanese set. So whatever it is, you're good. The one soul bird is weird. Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen the bird like that. But yeah, for anyone who's new to the channel here, we don't actually play mahjong all that much here. Although I think we have to soon because my Tenho account will probably expire soon. So maybe around the New Year's. we'll probably have a Mahjong stream. Anyway, Twitch, be prepared. You're going to go into ads in a few seconds, so brace yourselves. I think some of these chords are wrong. Well, like over here. Like this has got to be wrong. Yeah, don't worry about that. What's the point? Also, if you notice, I'm doing this by hand again because my clipboard is once again not working, and I really have to figure out what's wrong with that. No, I didn't want that. I want this. Welcome back, Twitch. Okay. I'm going to save this. I'm going to restart musescore so we can resume, put this back into the main score. I really would like to know what to do with this though, because the mallet arrangement sounds pretty good, I'd say. Actually, what happens if we combine them? But I do need to restart musescore again because I need to reset. I need to reset my clipboard. Something about it's been pretty consistently the Qt applications, Qt, that for some reason after a while just stop interacting with the clipboard properly. So I don't know what it is, but it is definitely something to do with that because the GTK applications don't exhibit this behavior. Okay, so question. What happens if we do this? What happens if we combine the two? Maybe that's the solution I've been looking for. We just combine the two. All right. So sure, let's do that. Although I do need to fix the I do need to fix that one. Please copy. It feels like if I put something that's too large on the clipboard, it just doesn't want to copy anymore. Once more. Try again. Very good. Okay. Then I just got to figure out which of these chords is not working. Okay, that's wrong. Sure, welcome in. How's the arranging going? It's been a little bit rough. Because we had. Actually, I'm going to revert this to what it was before. Because we had a pretty good arrangement for one thing, and then yeah, I'm gonna play this again for you here. So we start off with this. Which sounds great, except it's not concert band. It's percussion ensemble. And I did say we are gonna do a concert band arrangement, but I don't know, like it's fine to have one. But if we were to do a concert band, I tried it out and came up with this. I don't know why that's not working. Which both sound pretty good. And it's just a matter of how do you reconcile the two. What's the difference? So the percussion ensemble will only have percussion. We'll typically have, well, I mean, I don't know if it's typical, but if I were to arrange it with just the percussion ensemble, it'd just be this lower part. So only having the timpani, glockenspiel, xylophone, whatever. Concert band is typically woodwind heavy, or wind heavy rather. So you have your flutes, your oboes, your clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, tuba, trombone, all that stuff. And then some percussion. And so, I mean, the concert band can have all the rest of these instruments. There are some of the bigger ones that do have marimbas and vibraphones and whatnot. Especially if you go to a really expensive school, you might have more than one of those. But yeah, school bands. I usually try to compose with school bands in mind. because that's what I had arranged for. That's what I had played in back in high school. That's what I'm most familiar with when it comes to these instruments. That doesn't mean I can't branch out a little bit. If the sound asks for more instruments that a school band might not have, then sorry, I guess a school band won't be able to play it, but I'll put it in anyway because the likelihood of somebody actually playing this is pretty low. It'd be nice, but I realistically speaking, I don't think it would happen. And even then, school bands will often just omit parts that they don't have instruments for or adapt. So, for example, I played the glockenspiel, and sometimes there wouldn't be a bell part for it, and there wouldn't be enough percussion parts to actually do it. So sometimes I would just play the flute part, and I'd have to read their very high music with all these ledger lines. I don't know. Flute players can prefer to read ledger lines like that. I would rather not. And the reason why they prefer it is because going up that high requires a different type of air, and so the register, how high it is on the page, is a clue for them to for the kind of air that they have to blow with. So when you go up that high, you usually have to do faster air, and then when you're lower, then you have to go slower air, slower, more gentle. Yeah, so we can combine this. And my clipboard died again. Really? Never played on instruments, so I don't know much about it. Yeah, that's fair. I recently I was talking with somebody, and I recently realized that the perhaps the best instrument to start off with if you've never played an instrument before is not the recorder. Even though they teach recorders in school, it's actually the melodica for this thing. You find a good one. I mean, they all look pretty much the same here. It has a keyboard layout. You blow into it, so it's very easy to make a sound. They're very cheap. They're fun to play. They're portable, so you can take it around with you wherever you want. Um, yeah, a lot of fun. So if you're looking for an instrument to get started with, I highly recommend the melodica. They sound nice too. I would play it a little bit for you, but it's over in the other room. Okay. If my clipboard is not going to cooperate, then we're just going to have to do this by hand. All right, fine. Does this even sound? Is this even making a noise? I've been having problems with musescore and my clipboard and all that kind of stuff. Possibly not of the fault of the probably not the fault of musescore specifically either. Hello? It's supposed to show up here. there it is. But also this part is supposed to... That's what this is for. This thing changes the name down there. Okay, whatever. You're supposed to change the... I don't know if this is a regression because I did update to the latest point release. This is 464 versus 463. So I don't know if it has... if it's because of that or if it's because of something else. In any case, what is this work now? Wait a minute, hold on. I need... This is actually all... Why would you do that? It's gonna be this until 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should have copied it without the dynamics. Yeah, there's something wrong here. I think was the same thing that I did, right? No, actually that's... You sure about that? No, there's absolutely something wrong here. No, this is correct. This is both... This is a C. This is a C. This is also C. Whatever. Sure. So, problem with this. If we were playing this for real, the Glockenspiel would be drowned out a lot. So I think we need to double this on the flute. I want a piccolo. But I don't want this, I don't want the air. It feels too airy. That's why I have it on Glockenspiel, but you can't do that. So piano fortissimo. This feels weird. This should not be fortissimo. Then where do I pass this off to? I'm just keeping an eye on the time because we do have another stream later in about a little bit over an hour. We will be playing Tetris 99. It's been a while since we've played Tetris. But there's an event going on this weekend. If I have the time right, it should be on starting pretty soon, if not now. Um, yeah, I think it might be on now. I think it might have started last night. We're gonna be doing that later tonight. More late night Tetris, yes. Take advantage of the midnight rollover, so we get double the tickets for one stream. Where do I move this over to? Make sure. Pull up our reference arrangement here. So there's two parts to this. One is this bottom part, and the other one is the top part. So the top part is the main melody, which I hope I can paste. Oh, I can paste in here. Very good. Which means I can paste it down here, and I can remove voice 2 and keep that. And then put voice 1, or voice 2 rather, on the Glockenspiel. Remove that. Guess it can't. Switch that to voice 1. And remove voice 2. Should have just used the swap function. Regroup. So can't play that because that's too high. Kind of too bad that it can't play that high, but B. Because it would be nice to go up this high. Well, I guess we'll leave it at that for now. I can maybe double this up on the the flutes. No, just this. Copy. Please tell me you can paste this. Okay. No, no. All right, fine. I really need to figure out what's wrong with that. I cannot have it be doing that. Tools, voices, exchange 1 and 2. So this one I can move up like this. I'm gonna regroup the rhythms again. And we can double this on the once again. I don't know what's wrong with this. And this, I think that was just happening before I had upgraded too. Hold on. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna attempt to downgrade and see if that changes anything. One moment. And I hope this doesn't cause any issues. .6.3. Thankfully, I still have the stuff there. No, not musescore 3, musescore 4. Musescore 3 is not going to be able to open this. Did it crash? It crashed. Okay, I can't downgrade. I'm stuck on musescore 464 in that case. On the upside, I don't think we need the scratch score anymore because we used everything that was in there. I got some mezzo forte because it's not as important. I got a mezzo piano because it's not as important. But it gets doubled. And then it gets echoed. Okay, so question then, where do I put this? Regroup that. I can put that here. I'm gonna fill out the chords because it's starting to feel a little. It is feeling a little bit empty. This is a B. This is a C. No. Oh, there it goes again. Again with the clipboard. Well, it's a good thing we're probably going to be ending soonish. Because not being able to use the clipboard is pretty frustrating. I just said I won't be able to use the clipboard. Can I copy from here to here? Do I at least have that ability? I do not. Where's this coming from? I'm gonna try to kill certain processes and try and see if that changes anything. No, apparently not. Can I do it from within here? No. Okay. Um, or we're just gonna have to do this manually. This is 0 F E F E F E F E C. But octave doubled. Should mezzo forte. It's not supposed to be the it's gonna be the main instrument here. Frosty Teal, come in. We're just doing an arrangement of Luminary by Jelly Hoshiumi. It's been a bit of a rough start, and it's still a little bit rough because my clipboard doesn't seem to want to work, at least in musescore. So I have to put things in manually. No copy and paste here. But anyway, let's review what we have so far. Let's just start. I like what we have so far. No clipboard and music score sounds awful. Yes, it is. But I will say that it is at least better than doing this on paper. So there's that much. I would rather no clipboard and music score than no digital conveniences and doing it on paper. Let's put this also on the tenor sax, I guess. It's gonna be E. Maybe also on the Barry sax. Okay, we need more chords. It says B, C, D, E flat. Yeah, B, C. Wait. Yeah, B, C, D, E flat. Back to B. B, C, D in 2-2-2. Being able to hear the track right after putting it on the sheet or having playback when set is a luxury I don't think I can live without. Yeah, same. Prior to digital composing, generally you'd be fiddling around on a piano. So you have a piano in front of you or some other instrument. You're lucky if you're able to play all the instrument that you compose for. But generally, yeah, you would play out a specific part on your instrument and just imagine how it all comes together. People who can do it on paper and solely on paper are very skilled, and yeah, I admire them. But I would not want to be I would not want to be doing what they're doing. All right, right. One, two, 1, 2. No, that is right. Okay. And then we have F E F E F E F G. Wait. Are you sure? Somehow I thought this was different. It's the same notes, but is it off phase by a little bit? No, it sounds a bit different because the chord is different. That's what it is. But also, I think no, the chord's different, but also it is shifted by a little bit. So this is actually here. Yeah, that's why it's different. And then we have A, G, F, E, or A, G, F, C. But that. Sure. Okay. What do you do if like a note on a track is pitch shifted by a minuscule amount, just not enough to not align with actual piano notes? It depends. In what context? Because if you're working in a DAW and the note is shifted just enough, then you can do a small pitch bend and do a small pitch correction. Um, or um, if you can't do that on like real instruments and you're working with a backing track, I don't know, you kind of just put up with it. Either go far enough away that it doesn't matter, uh, or if you do have to play close to it, then you just kind of you can you can maybe circle around the note a little bit, like do an ornament or something. And constantly working on what we do in this case if Jelly has a minor pitch adjustment in her song. In this case, because it's a I'm not going over the original track, so I effectively can do whatever I want with it. And if there is a very minor, so let's say she goes up by a quarter tone or something, um, then it doesn't matter because I don't have to emulate that. If you did have to, so if you're working with the voice, for example, um, if the vocals go a little bit off by say quarter tone, that's fine, because the vocals will sound separate enough from the instrumentals that your brain can separate the two, and it'll probably sound okay. Usually, what happens though is, I mean, I don't have good enough hearing to be able to hear that if something is off by a little bit, because I don't have perfect pitch, and my relative pitch isn't tuned enough to pick up on that. Um, but normally with these kinds of songs, especially the pop songs, they will be tuned, and they will be pitch corrected. So you typically won't have any uh pitch bends like that. So this is playable. I don't want them to be. I don't really want them to play that though. No, that's not. That is absolutely not right. No, I think this goes back to the F. Thanks for reporting the answer. Thanks for the question. Yeah, always happy to answer questions like that. Why does it sound so? Like obviously, whoever plays this can play it. It just sounds so separate and it shouldn't be. You know what? That sounds a little bit better. Um, I think I'm gonna need to extend this to this. I'm on vacation right now, so somehow actually able to stick around for the whole stream. I usually sleep at 9 p.m. EST, which makes this timing is a little bit hairy. Yeah, I'll hope you enjoy. We probably will be ending this stream soon-ish, within the next half hour, but immediately after that, we will be having another stream. Pull up that graphic again for anyone who missed it. There's a Tetris 99 event happening. So we're gonna go catch that and get all the tickets and stuff. So that'll be right after this. Go a little bit past midnight, because then we take advantage of the midnight rollover and get double the tickets. That's why we do the Tetris 99 stream so late. Yeah, it's been a while since we last played Tetris. It was a couple weeks ago that we did NES Tetris, but it's been quite a long time since we've done Guideline. No, I'm okay with that. I think I might double this on the second trumpet down, but I forgot I don't have. Uh, I don't have copy and paste. Man, true MMORPG logic. Do they? I can't say I've played too many MMO. Maybe any MMORPGs. Having to think of it. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the more modern ones where they have events and stuff. Or maybe the old ones had events too. I mean, that would make sense because they had to be online. To get the double daily quest done by playing on the midnight rollover every alternate day is something people in RuneScape used to do a bunch. I see. So thankfully this doesn't take too long because I can actually read. But it would be nice if I didn't have to do that. No, let's make this mezzo forte. Don't need to be that loud. I do want. Maybe I have these. Do the thirds. The thirds up until here-ish. Then get rid of the bottom notes. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. No, a little bit more full. These are also thirds. And then this is the A. I don't know if I should go down to the C. That seems a little bit seems wrong. I will let something else use the C. Yeah, I'm gonna let something else handle the C there. And then we have back to B flat here. B, B, C, C, D, D, E flat, and B. So we'll have that, and then we'll have up the fifth. And I'll take that and just delete the bottom ones. So since you're a tech guy too, I found such wonderful community-made software on the Android OSS ecosystem. Through stuff like Asteroids, I remind you all to always take caution with unknown apps. Yeah, I do have an Android phone myself, and I prefer to get my stuff off Asteroid where possible. Sometimes I can't. I do look for the open source stuff for the ones that I can't. But yeah, I'm a big proponent of FOSS, free and open source software. Part of the reason why I wouldn't want to get into the iPhone, the iOS ecosystem, or the Apple ecosystem in general. That's why I'm using Linux. I've been thinking about that. Google forcing clear names on developers in the near future. I don't. Oh, did I hear about that? I know I heard about Google restricting the whole side loading thing, which I think they backed out at least partially. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the more restrictions they place on developers like that, the worse things are gonna get. Did they back out? I heard they backed out a little bit. So now I think you can still sideload and stuff, but you have to go through a more convoluted process to enable it or something. Frosty here. I found an app to learn sheet reading before I start piano classes in about 2 months. So good. I'd be curious to see what it is, especially since you say it's open source. But yeah, good luck on your piano classes. I I can't say I've never had formal training in piano because technically the 2 years that I did in middle school counts as formal training. Wasn't much, but I guess it was enough of a foundation to start off with. And then of course I had the theory and all that in high school and the band experience. So it wasn't piano, but it was formal education. Share its name DMs on your server, all right? Or I mean, feel free to send it in the server too. Uh, I always prefer. I always encourage people to do public to share things publicly because other people might find it useful too. That was as part of that. I know what the context here was. I don't remember what this was specifically addressing. Yeah, whichever one for. Yeah, so in that case, yeah, just send it over the server. You can send it in Penbu Live in that case. 'Cause that's for That's a channel for where we have all the stuff where the context is otherwise missing. For those of you not in the Discord, you can go ahead and join there. We do have a channel for, well, we have the Penbu Live channel, and we also have the music making channel, and also for later the Tetris channel. Well, we have a Falling Blocks channel, which Tetris is a part of. Looks like they made similar ties in Hong Kong or tiles in Hong Kong in the 90s with similar compositions of set. Interesting. Okay. What do we do with this? I need chords. I need to fill out the. So I think yes, we will have a uh, more extensive mallet ensemble here. Maybe just a composition from solitaire. I've never seen a composition, or I've never seen a solitaire specific tile set. Because usually the tile set they use for solitaire just uses the regular tiles. Now, I don't know. Maybe they require extra tiles for some reason for some of the patterns, but from all the Mahjong solitaire games that I've played, I don't think I've seen any extra tiles. Okay, and we need that one there. Again, there are sticks. Yeah, so the sticks, they definitely don't do anything in solitaire. So they've got to be for actual play. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Jelly for now. So I need to listen to the background. Because thankfully they did release an instrumental of this, so I can reference the instrumental. I realize you can't hear this. Because that's why. You still can't hear that. Hold up. I got distracted. Okay, yeah, so that's basically what we have at the end. Yeah, something like that. Because it is a little bit more difficult to, I'm going to take this out of continuous view because it's easier to navigate by page. It is a little bit easier to parse than all this stuff here. But I mean, if I could copy and paste, I wouldn't have to. Okay, so this is F, G, C. All right, welcome in. OMG F. And yeah, ads. What do we have here? FG. You know what? Actually, let me turn something on here for a bit. One moment. Because I do kind of have to use these up at some point. So unfortunately the app wasn't OSS. However, I just came up with the most degenerate workflow. I found a T9 input keyboard. I do probably have that T9 input keyboard installed. I've just never actually used it. Because I had a flip phone. Or my first phone was a flip phone. I had that until 2021. And I do miss T9. Swipe type I think is a little bit better. And so I do swipe type, but I have it for some reason just in case. I don't know. It would be nice to use. Through Termux, I can use Nokia style T9 input to use NeoVim through SSH on my laptop. Magic possibilities. I've done that. Um, I have opened Termux to SSH into my laptop to edit or to run commands and stuff. It's very powerful, especially if you combine it with something like the zero tier, where you can then SSH to your laptop or to your desktop from anywhere. Um, yeah. it basically my phone is an extension of my computer. This is perhaps the way to say it. Okay, I think I wrapped my research. The tile with the two Chinese characters apparently 100 uses Chinese Joker tile. Interesting. I've never seen that before. Never heard of that before, rather. Yeah. All right, welcome back. From ads, and I may as well turn this on. So now I have the promo going. For anyone who buys 5+ gift subs, you get 35% off. You want to not deal with ads. All those gift subs, so you'd be giving other people that pleasure. But yeah, Twitch gave us, what was it, 7 uses for that in 70 hours. So I guess for the next 10 hours, I have it going. But anyway, yes, F. This is F major, yes. The original key is E major, but E major is not great for the concert band, so I moved it up by a semitone. I could have moved it down to the E flat, but I think it sounded better with F. Termux SSH kept me constantly engaged through all the downtime on my Quebec trip. It's such a joy to have this power. Yeah. Yeah, it's what was it, automation and remote control is very what's what I'm looking for. It makes you feel very powerful. Oh, it's supposed to be tied. Goes then to that. That doesn't sound right. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, this is supposed to be up there. Okay, whatever. uh, okay. VAG F. Where does this line up? No, that does line up there. I regroup rhythms. This is why it's important to keep the beat clear so you don't end up with this issue. This is. Are you sure? Oh no, no, okay, no, that makes sense. These are quarter notes. A. I think this is actually a little bit incomplete. And now I just need to figure out how to pull diagnostics better so I can hook it up with the automations or custom front end on my computer. Currently, I have an inefficient drive that lags my TMX clock. A TMX clock. I don't. Oh, lags your TMX clock. I know I've had my system time lag before. I don't think I've ever had my TMX clock specifically. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to reference this one instead. Because originally, so that actually goes down to the C, I think. Really able to hold track of memory for all. I usually need to keep listening to the original and trying to replicate it. It helps that I've done. Here, let me pull that up because I sent it earlier. I have done an improv on this before, so it's not like I'm working completely from scratch. Oh, no, 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 stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ignore. Can I delete my own message? Okay, whatever. I'm supposed to get rid of all those uh query parameters at the end. Why can't I only delete my own message? That's interesting. But yeah, I've done an improv on this before, and I've listened to the song a lot. So the melody, that melody specifically, I think is very distinct because she also uses it for her intro music. Where are we? We're here. Again, it'd be nice to copy and paste, but we can't. So we're there, and then we have G here. Okay, no, that is for that one. Okay. Uh, does it do that again? Choose a motif from the song or track icon of your brand for your intro music. Interesting. Yeah, yeah, definitely. A leitmotif. If you have one, or try to make one, and then use it everywhere. Leitmotif, however you pronounce it. Oh yeah, definitely. It would definitely strengthen your musical your brand, your musical image, and whatever. The way to tie together pronounce correctly. Okay. Um, yeah, it gives a greater sense of unity. This is not something that I do. Mostly because I haven't uh I started off with some track from sorry, some pieces from a friend of mine. And I haven't made my own yet. So I'm borrowing some music, I guess that doesn't it's not that it doesn't fit the theme, it's just it doesn't have my leitmotif. Um I really want to. I think we should see if I can get 2 to 3 recurring sounds, see which ones I vibe with, and bake it into a leitmotif. Yeah. So for me, I think I have something like this. Because this one seems like it comes up very often in my pieces. Some sort of variation of that here and there. The stress might be different. The specific notes might be different. But 5 2 3 or 5 1 2 1. I feel like there's a point where I have specifically tried to put that in because it's become associated with or I've associated with myself. So for example, the first piece that we've had that, and then the second piece. Hold on, where did I put that? There it is. Yeah, there it is. And then we have looking back, which is oh yeah, there it is. And so on and so forth. So it shows up in places here and there. I love soundtracks all my life. Got my first piano over a month ago and super excited to express myself however I can now. Yeah, yeah. Definitely do try to I think for me, the way I get the most out of my piano is just even if I don't have something to play, because I don't actually practice pieces or anything like that. I just do a bunch of improv, and I think improv and like playing around with the piano like that, especially as a composer, is very helpful because it lets you get your ideas out and then also discover ideas. And bed to off night, good. All right. I think you might have some concurrency issues there, but good night, Sully, and thanks for dropping by. Yeah, cool to see how ingrained your leitmotif is. I'm excited to see how you integrate it into your brand identity. Yeah, that's another thing though. I Part of me feels like I should do that, but also I don't really want to. I like the ending and the starting theme that I have, and I don't know if I'm gonna move away from that. But I don't know. Maybe someday, because it would be good to have a more unified musical theme, but we don't have that right now. I will actually let me have muse score. Scores, drafts, alerts. Yes, the alert. So this is the alert that plays when somebody uh oh, I put this in 3-2. Okay, interesting. No, this is wrong. Okay, let's not do that. So this is the sound that plays when this is the sound that plays when somebody donates, which is half of the motif, sort of. It evokes it, I guess, in a very subtle way. But yeah, that's all we have so far. But it's there. In any case, we are at time, and I do have to get the other stream going. So I think we're probably going to leave it there, and especially since I can't copy and paste this, I would be able to. It'd be nice to be able to copy and paste that elsewhere. In any case, format, page settings, staff space a little bit less than that. Yeah, that seems about right. That seems a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, your viewers may take a bit to read that the sub sound is hitting your motif. Yeah, because it definitely, I don't think I'd lean into the motif enough on stream. I lean into it in the compositions. I don't really lean into it on stream. Because again, the brand isn't there in the sounds for the most part. Yeah. Do you have to have a cohesive sound? It'd be nice to, but I don't think I don't think it's strictly necessary. But yeah, definitely if you can, especially if you are a musician or composer and you have the ability to do that, absolutely go for it because I think it will enhance the professionalism of your streams. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have a listen to this, and then we're gonna call it there because we do have another stream to go to. So Luminary, concert band arrangements after one stream. It's not a lot, but it is something. I think it's a good solid foundation for later work. That's wonderful. 3 hours copy and paste. Some of it had copy and paste. Thankfully, I think half of it had copy and paste. But yeah, just certainly for the latter half, after restarting and then it's just failing, it gave up. So next stream, right after this one, we are going to be playing Tetris 99, doing the whole midnight rollover thing, but also there's a Kirby Air Riders theme that we can unlock with just by playing and getting 100 points. 100 points should be pretty easy, at least for my level. So I'm not too concerned about that. The tickets are going to be a little bit harder. But yeah, so that'll be a little bit after this. So Twitch, we're not going to raid because presumably you'd be coming back here after a few minutes. So no point in sending you over and then trying to lure you back in, and may as well just stay here. And we'll raid out after this stream though, after the Tetris stream. YouTube, there is the next stream that should already be scheduled, so you can hop on over there. Let me get the link for you here. Penbu BT. Should have prepared this earlier. Yeah. So there's that, and then yeah, we'll see you there. We will work on this this arrangement again. sometime. Not sure what my schedule is going to be looking like the next few weeks because holidays are coming up and people don't tell me about gatherings. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, all right. We'll see you in a bit and good night. Bye.